Welcome back to Bar News Network. We're actually taking a closer look at the weather across the continental United States as well as the Caribbean. As you already know, we do have a tropical storm Fred that's heading towards continental United States, potentially impacting South Florida as well as Southwest Florida sometime around early Saturday morning. So let's take a closer look at the weather here, and we can actually see that we're actually with pretty high temperatures here on midday on August 11th. Central Plains, we're looking at very high temperatures in the region of north central Texas, 103. In the region of Houston, 96 degrees. Dallas, 96 degrees. Kansas, in the region of Kansas, very elevated temperatures, high temperatures, 108 to 103. And we do see in the core of the country there is quite a bit of very high heat, dry heat, and of course it goes without mentioning that we are suffering from severe drought in the region of in the southwest regions of Arizona. You can actually see from our temperature forecast here for around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're seeing temperatures quite elevated in central California, 105, 106. Of course, along the coast, along San Francisco and Los Angeles, it's a little bit cooler. But we are seeing those elevated temperatures, which are contributing to significant wildfire um, um, events in the region of Northern California, into the region of Oregon, as well as Washington. So we do send our thoughts out to the firefighters who are bravely fighting those brush fires in the region of California, also in the region of Arizona, Nevada, Oregon. It's just a severe drought monitor, and of course, we do have some of the lakes and reservoirs at historic lows. As far as the Northeast is concerned, we do have severe thunderstorm activity moving its way into the region of Wisconsin and the Great Lakes, and we see some severe weather in that region. Let's take a closer look at just a few hours ago in the late evening yesterday, some really severe thunderstorm activity that we saw along the Great Lakes, and we do see sort of a repeat in some regions, in the region of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and there's some severe weather alerts in that region at this particular time. But this was a severe band of thunderstorms that were making its way across into Kenosha, into the Great Lakes area, and it extended all the way over. We did see a significant patch of severe weather in the region of Philadelphia and Washington D.C. At this particular time, we are monitoring severe weather in the region for the region here we do see a tornado advisory out in the region for in Wisconsin. We have local spotter reports coming down of funnel clouds spotted. We do have two regions of um, tornado advisories in the region, pretty much a sizable. You can see the red area, the red sort of rectangular area, encompassing almost all of the state of Wisconsin. These very powerful supercells are going through the region with hail size up to 2 inches in diameter, making its way across from all the way into Green Bay and into the Great Lakes. So we are watching some significant weather activity in the region of in Wisconsin at this time in the early afternoon. We anticipate that severe weather, as there's a extreme pocket of buoyancy, basically meaning that there's very high unstable air in the region of Iowa and Wisconsin, and we anticipate that as a cold front moves in, it's going to be fuel for some very severe weather activity that's ahead of the front, as these supercells continue to form in the region. If we take a look at the actual prediction forecast for the region, we can see that the Doppler radar is actually lining up with the Storm Prediction Center modeling for marginal slight and enhanced risk for the region of Wisconsin, the Great Lakes, and the most northern extreme part of Illinois, going into the region along Idaho. I'm sorry, um, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania region, and extending all the way out to possibly even Maryland and Washington, D.C. But the enhanced area is Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Toledo, Ohio, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, for more extreme possible severe weather in the region. So we are taking a closer look at that region at this particular time. As we move into the region, also, we do see that there's going to be significant activity in the region for possibly marginal weather, all the way down into the region of Kansas, and we do see that that's colliding with some very, very extreme temperatures in the region. And so we are looking more closely at what's actually going to happen there in the region, extending all the way from central Kansas across into Missouri, into Iowa, and into Wisconsin, and northeastern Illinois into the Great Lakes. Let's take a look at what the path is for Tropical Storm Fred. Right now, it's anchored on the southeast coast of Dominican Republic. We anticipate that it's going to possibly move off into the ocean pretty fast without impacting the region of Haiti once again, that was devastated by Elsa. So we're hoping that that will actually move more into the ocean, possibly even experiencing more sharing as a result of the mountainous region of Hispaniola, the island of Hispaniola, that's shared by Haiti and Dominican Republic. We hope that it will make its way most quickly into the Bahamas region without impacting any of those islands, as it makes its way along the coast of Cuba into Gulf of Mexico. Now, keep in mind that sea surface temperatures of the Gulf of Mexico at this time are coming in at about 85 degrees, and we do anticipate that tropical storm winds are going to be impacting the region of the Keys, Cujo Key, Marathon Key, Key West in early Saturday morning. Now, of course, if there's any kind of deviation, whether to the left or to the right of this predictive cone, then it's either going to impact the city of Miami with greater certainty or less certainty, depending on whether it's going to be shifting more with more of an impact into the region of Panama City, or the most extreme western part of the panhandle of Florida. So there's a lot that remains to be seen with the path of Tropical Storm Fred, packing winds at this particular time at about 40 to 45 miles per hour, and the pressure is about 106 millibars, moving west-northwest at about 16 miles per hour. So we're going to keep an eye on Tropical Storm Fred as it makes its way through. We're going to be posting more periodic updates as the storm makes its way towards Florida, so we can provide as much information as possible to Floridians, as well as citizens of Haiti, as well as Cuba and the Bahamas. We do see that watch in effect for the southeastern coast of Cuba, and also the more extreme southern eastern islands of the Bahamas. Keep in mind also that as we move forward into this hurricane season, the situation is going to be on high alert, as we anticipate that there's going to be sort of an awakening of the Atlantic. We do see that there's a possible disturbance that's shortly behind this Tropical Storm Fred event, and that has a 40% chance of forming into a significant storm or depression or system within the next 5 days. So we're not only keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Fred, but there's also another system that may experience cyclonic development enough to be categorized as a possible disturbance, or eventually a depression or tropical storm. So we're keeping an eye on that Atlantic to see if there's an awakening. Here we are in the middle of August, for additional hurricane activity or storm activity. But as you can see, depending on the path of that tropical storm as it makes its way towards the continental United States, the sea surface temperatures along the Gulf of Mexico are somewhere between 85 to 86 degrees, and that's ample enough energy for it to actually develop. And should it go along the southwest coast, as Elsa did, which is along the region of Tampa, St. Petersburg region, then there's going to be sufficient energy for it to develop into a more substantial system, possibly. We don't see any kind of elements that are going to be inhibiting, causing any inhibition of development of the cyclonic forces within the storm as it makes its way towards the panhandle. No heavy shearing, and there's ample energy from the Gulf of Mexico for it to develop as it makes its way, should it take the path along southwest Florida. So we're definitely taking a closer look at what's actually happening with Tropical Storm Fred moving its way, making its way, impacting the region of Dominican Republic at this time. Winds at about 40 miles per an hour, and we anticipate with the next update we should know a little bit more as far as the path, as far as the impact zone for the state of Florida. We anticipate within the next 24 hours, possibly, state of Florida will be setting up watch zones along the region of Key West, possibly even as far north as West Palm Beach, as the system makes its way further towards the continental United States. But at the particular time, we are battling significant heat along the southwest region, and also the west coast, all the way up to the state of Washington, 101, central Washington there. And also we're battling severe weather and severe heat in the region of Kansas at 103 and 108. So that is a look at the weather for today. This is going to be possibly our first update for today, so make sure you smash that notification bell for additional updates here from Bound News Network as we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Fred as it makes its way through the Caribbean, impacting the island of Hispaniola at this time with winds of 40 miles per hour. And we anticipate that it will be skirting along the southeast coast of Cuba, along through the strait into the region of Key West, Cutler Key, possibly even Marathon and Key Largo, impacted by this Tropical Storm Fred. And at its current path, we anticipate that it's going to be impacting the region of most likely the southwest coast of Florida, and we can clearly see that within that cone, but it's a little bit too early to say, and this may deviate based on its interaction with the more hilly regions of the island of Hispaniola as well as Cuba. So thank you for watching Bow News Network. Of course, always remember to bow to the weather, and please smash that like button, share this video with friends and family, and we look forward to providing you with our next weather update. Have a great day.